Welcome back to the next part of Hairika mode, where we play through Hairika hard mode with the red-haired characters, the winners of the voting, and we will be moving on to chapter 3. This is the Bandits of Borgo, I believe it's called. We have quite a few, just more axe users, as typical. A mercenary here. We have this thief character here, Iron Sword. He will steal some vulnerary, so you might need to be careful. Archer, chest key in a chest, door key in a door. Sometimes whenever I do like to train Ross, I like to have him hatchet this guy. And of course we have a new unit here, Neimi. Now Neimi, of course, being the purple-pink team, her team was pretty close. They were doing good at the beginning, but ultimately they were taken over by red and green. Here are her base stats, her growth rates. Let me pull them out here. They are 55 HP, 45 strength, 50 skill, 60 speed, 50 luck, 15 defense, and 35 resistance. Neimi, early game archer, not really that good. Her strength isn't that good, of course. She does have one saving grace, kind of like Garcia. Whenever you promote her, she has the option of a sniper. What you're both mostly used to for an archer promoting into, but she can also become a ranger, which is basically a bow knight, the equivalent in modern games, where she gains them out and access to bows. If you are using her, it is really recommended you go the bow knight route, or the ranger route in this game. They're kind of like akin to the nomads in the previous two games here. So what I like to do with her is just to send her this way. She'll want to go as far up as possible, and then just get everyone else moving. Seth, of course, Franz, Hairika. I think whenever we get battle preps, I will be benching Ross. No point training him if the black team did not win. Let's try and put this hatchet on Garcia. 9 attack and 92. The hand axe is 12 and 65. So you can see just that oh, good job, Garcia. You can see that the hatchet is quite a bit more useful. Door key, and then everyone just kind of gets mashed at the front here. Jillian, not gonna use you, buddy, sorry. Just move Vanessa up. And the reason why we put Neimi so far, Neimi or Neimi, I'm not really sure what her name is pronounced as. So we get Colm, our first thief, and he is actually immune to the challenge. Usually whenever I use Colm, I just use him to do thief duties, open doors and chests, steal items. Here are his bases. His growth rates are 75 HP, 40 strength, 40 skill, 65 speed, 45 luck, 25 defense, and 20 resistance. Typically fast, not hard hitting. That's your basic thief. I usually don't promote him, although thieves can promote in this game here. And now we have this bandit to take care of. Brigand, rather. And I'll let Franz go deal with him. I usually like having Franz take this kill. Everyone else will just move forward here. Colm's only really gotta get those chests. He doesn't have to get too far. And then down here, what we could do, we could break this wall so we can help out, maybe. Of course, there's no more threat over this wall. Usually when Ross is training, it takes a longer time for me to get through that. I guess you can move. Oh, not doubling. Yeah, Franz got a really bad level up in the last episode, so not that great. We can show off Neimi at least, since we're not going to be using her. We can at least let her get a hit. Basic archer animation. I think they took her palette from some of the, well, this goes for all of the characters. I think they took her palette from the Dorothy sprite in Fire Emblem Binding Blade. Dorothy kind of had long hair, and Neimi really doesn't. I also see it with like Lilina and Lute. I think Lute's Sage Sprite has long hair, which she kind of doesn't, but I think that's also taken from Lilina. A bit interesting how they just recycle sprites here. Understandable though. We have a hand axe, a bow. And what do you have? An iron axe. Okay, let's go ahead and poke at you. Ugh. 84 miss. This game, in case you didn't know, it has something called true hit, which basically rounds up the average of 2 numbers, which means it's easier for the player to hit and harder for the enemy. Anything basically 50 or above is a little higher than it's displayed. Anything below like that 47 is a little bit lower than it's displayed. Just makes it easier for the player, less frustrating. 1R in games can be really a pain sometimes. I know I've played pretty much all of them. I have played every Fire Emblem game in the series and finished them all, in matter of fact, but the only ones I didn't get through were Fire Emblem 1 and 2, the originals. They're just a little bit clunky. I would like to play them one day. If I'm doing a Fire Emblem channel, I feel like that's a requirement. But a speed up button may have to be used. Let's get the first Iron Lance, make our way over. We can use Neimi. Mulder. Mulder actually has a support with Colm, and since they are both free to use, I may go ahead and get that. I may actually try and do something else. I was thinking about doing this as the pink-purple team one. I'll just bring you up here. If the pink-purple team one, I was thinking that maybe since I have to use Neimi and Colm is free, I may be able to train him up and actually use him, because I never do. I always bench him for Rennick whenever he joins us. He's a promoted thief, basically, that we get later. Let's see. But I don't know. Maybe I will try and train up Colm. We are going to be low manning this. Okay, now. You like to swipe vulneraries. Now, I don't remember off the top of my head if their speed has to be higher. I think it does, but better safe than sorry. Let's see, how many things can attack Hairika if I put her? What I could do... grab you. And we'll put Hairika on the chest. Which gives no terrain bonus. By the way, in the bottom corner you can see the, terrain bonuses. I don't think there's too many. Well, there's a pillar. It's not too many in this chapter. I think you got the door key. Yes, you did. Oh, and of course take drop. Build support. There you go. Oh, of course he has a hand axe. That was dumb of me. But at least he's in our range now, so not completely bad. And he's leaving Garcia alone. Yeah, I am playing a little slowly, but we aren't really low turn counting or anything. We're just playing normal playthrough. Typical Garcia. He's strength and HP, and we get the other key. Let's just trade. I'm gonna open that door now. And let's see what we can do here. So that guy can reach Hairika. You cannot. Yeah, this part of the game might be a little bit of a difficulty spike for someone who's new to it. Just approaching this room, maybe you may have to take a little more precautions because of the 2 range enemies, but nothing too difficult here. I think I'd like to trade. Let's do a bit of a trade chain. This is always fun. Build support. like you to have another lance. We are getting quite full in our inventories here. Is anyone hurt? No. Well, you're hurt, but you're kind of far away. No, no one's really hurt. Alright. I think these two have a support right now. I might as well show it off, even if she's not getting used. Yeah, Neimi is kind of a crybaby, and Colm's, he goes a bit tough on her. Yeah. But that's just to show you, give you an introduction to supports. You get bonuses from supports, of course. Colm has a light affinity and Neimi has fire. I do know off the top of my head, fire gives attack bonuses, so if Colm would get a little bit extra attack if he were within 3 spots of Neimi. I know that because of Roy in Fire Emblem 6, it's actually a good affinity despite how bad Roy is. Okay. And no, he wasn't going to double Hairika. I should have checked though, that was another dumb mistake, but let's see if you, another bit of a mistake. But Hairika is really fast. You usually don't need to worry about her getting doubled. As I just mentioned with Roy, him you do in the later game. I may have learned that the hard way. Micaiah, if you've ever played Radiant Dawn, ugh, she is susceptible to a lot of unfortunate enemy hits. I may have struggled the first time I played that game with her. Now we can give it to Franz. I think this guy might steal my item here. Let's test. Vanessa, you are pretty fast. Get the chest. Oop, nope. Javi. We might want to pass that up. Let's see. Might want to pass that up to someone, although I can just rearrange my inventory. Need to do this. I can just rearrange my inventory during the world map, which this game offers, making it a little bit easier than FE6 or 7. Okay. It didn't matter. We got our Vulnerary still inside. Can you take it back? No. Because you are slower, right? Oh wait, no, you have too much stuff. What am I doing? I'm gonna take these for now. Nope. No one else. Well, I guess we can give it to Neimi. We're in a bit of a choke point. That is really unfortunate. Or we can just give him to Seth. Why not? Oh, and Seth's critting him. But it's okay, it's only a Vulnerary. We can buy one back. The game's simple enough where we don't really need to utilize them all that much. You have a hand axe. How much damage will you do to Franz? You have 18 attack, and Franz has a total of 6 defense, so that would be about 12 minus weapon triangle. Should be doing 11 damage. And then you... 14 attack. Okay, he should survive this. And we'll bring Hairika. Who is hurt? Neimi. I think Colm is just about done here. Okay. I'll do my inventory rearranging off screen. Yep, 11 damage. Okay. Yeah, it's always good to try and calculate these attacks because even low attacks, they can hit. It's not always good to charge in there expecting your unit to survive, especially if they're like Franz where they are a little bit squishy in the early game. Well, he's not really squishy, he just needs a little bit of time to grow. But if you're using him late game, anyone who's used Franz in the late game knows what a monster he can become. Definitely worth training in a normal playthrough. Highly recommend it. More so if you do want to get a second Seth, pretty much. That is what Franz tends to turn out to be. And now we have a mercenary left. Can Hairika? Oh, she can't even reach. We'll stand next to Seth, and you can heal. Okay. I believe all the chests are gone. Yep. Might want to show off Neimi poking a bit more. And since we're not using her, I'm not even going to bother standing her next to Colm. Let's see how much you do to Hairika. 10 attack. Oh, Hairika can take that. Speed is 12 and you have a speed of 10. He shouldn't double Hairika. Another thing to mention, maybe I will mention this in another video, is the, where are you? The con stat of 9. It basically works with a weapon weight. This weapon has a weight of 5. If the weapon is lighter than the con stat, meaning it's less, 5 to 9, he won't get weighed down. Hairika's con is only 5, so she just holds these things. I do believe a steel sword can weigh her down and it will subtract from her speed, but I will explain that once we do get a weapon that will weigh us down. It's just a little easier to see it rather than... Just a little easier to see it rather than try to explain it here. If I get a steel sword for her or something heavier, I'll show how it may deduct her speed. Of course, Hairika is usually fast enough where it shouldn't matter all that much. Okay. Yeah, these guys are pretty fast. I think I'm gonna do another Neimi Franz tag team here. Just because we aren't really gonna get to see her. Can Franz finish him? Let's see. You're at 8 damage. 10. He should be able to. Especially with weapon triangle. Whenever I'm calculating, I always forget to factor in weapon triangle. Trying to remember here in a playthrough, of course, so I don't look like an idiot, but we all do mistakes in Fire Emblem, it's okay. I'm a bit more reckless off camera, of course. And heal up, and we only have the boss to take on now. So once again, I think Seth is the best choice for this. How do you do? Ooh, a crit rate. I don't really like 1% criticals. I've been on the wrong end of that, and on the good end of that too, but never like to mess with them. We'll just let Seth take another boss here. It's a good way to keep Seth leveling throughout the early game where he's really not getting much experience on the generics, and that's almost a level up. Support range, and you need healing. Really close. Smolder 1 level away. We could always get a support with Franz and Seth just for the early game. Not a bad idea at all. Nope. Okay. Well, that will do it for Chapter 3. save the game this time, and I'll see you next time for Ancient Horrors.